What's going on, guys? Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to more Dead by Daylight. In today's video, Behavior has released a brand new developer update regarding some changes to the Skull Merchant as well as some other things in game. So let's go ahead and get started. Alright, here we go, guys. Developer update, Tools of Torment tweaks. They have made some changes to the Skull Merchant, especially with all the feedback that they are getting regarding this killer. So let's go ahead and get started. It says, another special edition of the developer update. Next week's update will feature changes for Screams and newest killer, the Skull Merchant. We wanted to take this opportunity to share what's on the way as well as the reasoning behind these changes. The Skull Merchant. Between the public test build, PTB, and live release of the Tools of Torment chapter, we made a wide variety of changes to the Skull Merchant to help address some of the feedback we've received. We've been keeping a close eye on her since, and while it seems like these changes have had some positive effect on her performance, there are a few frustrations we want to address sooner rather than later. In no particular order, these are: number 1, it doesn't feel like the Skull Merchant's power helps her enough in chase. Number 2, it doesn't feel as though there's enough risk to having a claw trap. And number 3, the Skull Merchant is too good at holding 3 generators, causing very long matches. I'm not gonna lie, these 3 things that they just addressed here is all I see on Twitter regarding this brand new killer, okay? They are all complaining about these 3 main topics right here. So that's a good thing that they actually know what, what's going on, what the people are complaining about. So let's go ahead and move on to the next part. It says, on the hunt, the Skull Merchant's drones will lock on to survivors, making them exposed for some time. This can push survivors away from stronger structures and into sparser part of the map. However, as many as you have pointed out, this doesn't really pose a threat if you're already injured. Getting hit will already put you into the dying state. Likewise, claw traps don't feel equally threatening to all players. While the thought of having your location constantly broadcasted to the killer is enough of deterrent for some, more confident survivors may actually welcome a chase, opting instead to keep the killer distracted for their teammates. To improve her strength in a chase, we have made a couple changes. First, the Skull Merchant will now gain a growing haste effect for each survivor tracked on a radar. That's actually kind of insane. This bonus starts at 3% for 1 survivor, raises to 5% for 2, 6% for 3, and 7% for 4. Both claw traps and active drone zones will contribute to this, and the killer does not need to inspect their scanner to gain the benefits. This will reward the killer for efficiently using their power to keep tabs on their prey. Reading this is already going to be insane. All right, you're literally adding a haste speed boost to killer's kit. This is crazy. They continue by saying, second, vaulting a pallet with a claw trap will cause that pallet to break, destroying the claw trap in the process. This was previously part of the common ultrasonic trap speaker add-on. With this change, being chased with a claw trap attached becomes a lot more dangerous. These combined adjustments allow the Skull Merchant to more frequently get value out of her power, regardless of whether or not the survivor she's chasing is injured. I don't know about you guys, but this killer is already looking a lot more intimidating, that's for sure. Let's go ahead and keep going. It says, generator defense. The Skull Merchant excels when it comes to defending a cluster of 3 generators. Not only will her drones notify her anytime a survivor approaches a generator, but she can also easily replace them once they are disabled. This can make changes go on for an excessively long time with neither side making much progress. These matches tend to not be too terribly interesting for anyone involved and only end when someone's giving up. To put a damper on her ability to defend generators, drones are no longer immediately returned to the Skull Merchant once they're disabled. Instead, they will be returned once their respective traps are destroyed. This will make it more difficult to replace disabled drones on these generators. That said, this will limit how often the Skull Merchant can deploy new drones. Therefore, we have a series of changes to compensate for this loss of power. First, to ensure survivors cannot hold a claw trap indefinitely to deny her from using her power, claw traps will now be instantly destroyed as soon as their battery expires. Claw trap batteries will no longer refill when entering an active zone. This way, claw traps will always return after a set amount of time, which is kind of cool. It's good. I feel like this is a really good change. Second, drones will enter in an unhackable state whenever a survivor with a claw trap is near. This will prevent a single survivor from running around and disabling her drone, meaning the killer will always have some combination of 4 claw traps or drones available to them. Combined with the changes of claw traps mentioned above, the Skull Merchant will always get value out of her ability, whether it's through deployed drones or traps. And before we move on to the add-on section right here, guys, let me know what you think so far down in the comments. Let me know if you like these changes, if you think it's a good thing. So far for me, I think it's a good thing. So far, everything's pretty positive. Okay, I am liking these changes, but let me know what you guys think. So let's move on to add-ons. It says, last but not least, we have a few add-on changes to round out this update. Number 1, ultrasonic trap speaker. Since this add-on has been incorporated into the killer's base kit, it needed a new effect. Ultrasonic trap speaker now reduces the time taken for undetectable to take effect when inside of an active zone by 50%. Expired batteries. This add-on has been changed to ultra rare to match its high effectiveness. Since claw traps now provide a haste effect, this will make the killer very fast at the start of the match in addition to revealing the survivor's positions. Therefore, we have reduced the duration of the claw trap survivor spawn with 40% of their normal battery life. It was 150%. Moving on to prototype rotor. This add-on has been changed to very rare to better suit its effectiveness. No changes at all, just the rarity. Okay. Adaptive lighting now increases the length of an undetectable effect by 50%. It was 20%. Okay. Oh, this last part right here, guys. I'm sure all of you have already noticed whenever you go in game, whenever you're playing killer, you hook a survivor, or you're playing survivor and you get hooked. The screams have been going on for like an insane amount of time, okay? The screams stay there for so long. It's so funny. But looks like they made some changes, so let's go ahead and read this. It says, I scream, you scream, we all scream when the killer is using a perk or power that makes people scream, unless you're using Calm Spirits. In 6.6.0, we changed screams caused by perks. Historically, these perks would cause the survivors to use the same scream sound as when they were hurt. We decided to change this considering the survivor was not actually being hurt, just scared. We made this tweak. These screams became 3D, meaning you could tell which direction they were coming from, and limited their range as a side effect. In this update, we'll be readjusting these perks to bring them back to the original functionality, but with the proper scream sounds. Screams caused by perks will once again be 2D, meaning you can't quite tell which direction they're coming from, and be heard map-wide. With that, we've reached the end of the Special Edition Developer Update. These changes in this post will be live in next week's update. We are also hard at work in our next major release, and we look forward to sharing more details about that soon. Until next time, the Dead by Daylight team. There you guys have it, all the changes coming to the Skull Merchant regarding the power and some add-ons. Let me know down in the comments what you guys think. Personally, everything that we went over here seemed pretty positive. I like the changes. I like what's to come next week whenever this goes live. So I'm looking forward to it. Let me know if you guys are as well. But anyway, that's gonna do it for me. Thanks so much for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe. Definitely does help a lot. Follow me on Twitch if you want to see any DBD action live. And I'll see you guys next video. All right? Later.